What's up, guys? So just the other day, I had the opportunity to play against none other than MVL himself. If you don't know who that is, he's the current World Blitz Chess Champion. So actually played him a couple games. Of course, he smashed me most of the games, but this particular game, which I'm about to show you, I actually had a winning position. This was the position. It was my move, and we're going to come back to this position. I want to show you the whole game leading up to this point, but if I would have played the correct move, I do believe I would have probably won this game. It's hard to say because I was getting low on time, but I'm pretty sure if I would have found the move, probably could have won. Of course, it's easy to look with an engine afterwards and say, oh yeah, I had a win, but the fact that I was even hanging in there in this game was a big accomplishment for me. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this game and see how he ended up here. All right, here we go. Now, this game was played over on Immortal game, and so I had quests I was trying to complete. MVL had quests he was trying to complete, and so I'm sure that that affected some of these opening moves. Like, normally I don't play the Petrovs, but I'm playing it here because I'm trying to complete some quests with my knight, and so I'm sure he was doing similar things. So anyway, we get this position and I sacrifice the knight. Now, this a lot of times is a good trade where you give up the knight temporarily. The idea is that after the knight recaptures, you can play d5 and fork the pieces. You're going to get a piece back, and you kind of eliminate this center pawn from white, and a lot of times it turns out to be pretty good for you. There's also, and this is what happened in the game, the bishop can sacrifice itself on f7, and then the knight just simply recaptures. And normally this is pretty good for black too, because you play d5, you get a nice center. In this particular case, it's actually not good. It's too dangerous for the king, I guess. And so this is one of the versions when I shouldn't have done that. I didn't realize that, obviously, and that's why I played it. So brought the rook over. I'm trying to castle by hand. So if you ever move your king and now you can't castle, what you can do is bring the rook over, bring the king back, and it kind of looks like you castled. It just takes a few more moves. So that's what I was trying to do. It's actually completely losing to knight f to g5, and now I could try to run, but once the queen comes over, I'm actually just getting probably checkmated here unless I sacrifice my queen at some point. So it's really bad. I was afraid of that. I saw it after I played rook e8. I was like, oh no. But MVL just played c3, and so I dodged a bullet there. Game goes on. I did get the center, and at this point, I think I'm doing pretty well. Stockfish says I should just continue developing, bring the knight out, put the bishop here. I guess just leave this here for now. I played g5, which I thought was a clever idea. Now, my point is that I'm going to fork the knights. All right, that's a very simple threat. The pawn can't block. I just take it. That doesn't really make sense for white. And if they try to, let's just say, move a knight so that it's no longer a fork, now I can play here anyway, and guess what? This knight is trapped. Where's it going to go to, right? So that was my clever idea, and I think it was a pretty good idea, except that white just takes, and now my king is completely exposed. Now, I did win the piece, which is nice, but I have to play a blitz game now with, my king like this, so not easy at all. But game goes on. We get some trades, and I think I was defending okay. Everything was pretty nice at this point. Stockfish says I've had a lead. I've pretty much kept my lead. And then what happened? Something happened here. Yeah, there was a tricky moment right here. So I did see that there's a fork. After this, I did see that there's a fork. But I also saw that I had queen to f7, which I thought was going to lead to like checkmate. It turns out that after this, it's just going to be a perpetual check. So for example, the best that I can do now is just go back and forth with my queen. Check, 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 check. I don't actually have a checkmate or anything, which still would have been fine. But MVL played queen g4 check. And I said queen g7 because the biggest problem that I feel like I have right now is that my king is exposed, right? There's no pawns. I could very easily get checkmated with the queen and a rook if I'm not careful and I make a mistake. So I thought, okay, let's trade queens and go into an endgame where I have the extra bishop. The issue is that he doesn't take me. And so if I want to trade, I have to take him, which undoubles the pawns. Actually, there's isolated and there's double isolated, which all of a sudden become 3 connected pawns if I take it, right? So it was a tough decision. It's a blitz game, obviously, so I have to make a quick decision. I decided let's just go ahead and do it. We'll go for the end game with the bishop. And Stockfish says that was an okay move. Stockfish says, yeah, the best move was like king f7, which I don't really understand, but okay. Anyway, I decided to go for this. So the game goes on, and I figured let's trade the rooks because I know that like if the pawns aren't too advanced and my king was in a good place to stop them, and I knew I was going to be able to at some point force a pass pawn myself over here, I just felt like I was going to be able to like stop these pawns. And so I thought, okay, let's get rid of the rooks and go for this. And everything was going according to plan, right? And we're going to get to the moment where you guys can see if you can find the winning move. Right here. I have to make a tough decision. I only have 3 legal moves. 1, 2, and 3. And only one of these moves is the winning move. So I invite you guys to pause, think through which move do you think is the winning move? All right, well, if you had a chance to do that, the winning move is king to g8. And it's kind of a natural looking move, right? Like there's 3 pawns that you have to stop. Why not go to g8, which is kind of the central, location, which stops all 3 of them. In my mind, I don't even know. I thought for like how long did I thought for 6 seconds about something. I don't know what I thought about. And I sort of like was panicking that if I went here, somehow this was going to happen and I was going to get checkmated or something. And so I played king f8 thinking that it was better. And it's actually the losing move. And now I'm just in trouble because after the trade, h6, and I can't stop this pawn. Even if I play king to g8, white simply plays h7 check. And if I go to the corner, now what is the move? King to e6, and then g7 check. I take this, and then king to f7. He gets a queen, and I'm actually checkmated. So for example, queen, queen, queen. All right, so that was a lot to see, but it doesn't work. But if you compare that, sorry, let me go back here. If you compare that to if I would have played king to g8, if white tries to do the same thing, so pushes here, or actually trades first, pushes here, I push my pawn, white goes check, king to h8, and now it's a different situation because, for example, if the king comes up, I get the queen, check, I take, and notice how white is 1 move too late, right? White is 1 move behind, basically. And so, yeah, that was it. Like, that's all I had to do, play king to g8. And you can play around with it if you'd like. I was, messing with it earlier. Once I play king to g8, right here, there's just no way for white to win in time. I'm going to get my queen fast enough, and then the queen can come over and start helping before white can really make any progress. And so that's what I had to see. Almost beat the current world champion in Blitz, which is mind-boggling to me. Now, complete disclaimer, I have no idea like how serious he was actually taking this game. So he could have been like watching TV and eating pizza and talking on the phone while he was playing this game. I don't know, but I feel like I still played a pretty nice game and had a cool almost win at the end. It was fun. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't get opportunities to play players of that caliber all the time. So it was fun for me. And at least we got a good game out of it and an interesting end game here with the 3 pawns. So hope you guys enjoyed that one. And did I actually show you the end of the game? Yeah, so I played king f8. We traded. He pushed the pawn. I tried to get a queen. And at this point, I just ran out of time because there was nothing to do. I can't. It's just checkmate. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you want to check out Immortal game, links in the description. Been having a lot of fun over there, and yeah, check it out. And if not, that's okay too. So stay sharp, play smart, take care.